The long-awaited chapter has finally come. We've been waiting for the return of this character since the Spade arc, and he's finally back. And it's not this guy. I'm guessing you can tell from the thumbnail. SEKKE'S is back. In this chapter, we witness the growth of the Dark Lord Sekke, and we see that Asta will not be returning to us as soon as we thought. The chapter opens with the king scared as usual, screaming for protection. Normally, Sekke, the future Wizard King, would be at his side, but today he's not with him. Kaiser, as usual, is getting beaten up, but this time by a clone of Lucius who has a pretty devious smile. I mean, just look at him. Kaiser went flying through the wall from just a casual punch. Purple Orcus are really the worst Magic Knight squad. The only respectable member I think would be Zara Ideal. The Magic Knight NPCs see the Lucius clone and put together that it looks like Julius, but I think they're reaching because these guys look nothing alike. They also come to the conclusion that he went missing because he is their enemy. Every NPC is now scared, either running away or crying in fear on their knees. Clover Kingdom is crumbling and everyone has lost hope. That's when Marx is driven to broadcast a message to all citizens because of a memory he had with Julius. In this memory, Julius was telling him how information is the most powerful weapon and there may be a time where his magic is needed. Marx then tells the citizens that the Wizard King's body has been possessed by an enemy, and as the Wizard King was their strongest ally, now Lucius is their strongest enemy. He then proceeds to praise the fearless Magic Knights that, despite knowing Lucius's power, still fight on. Mimosa joins in on his Twitch broadcast and specifically praises Yuno, who was able to defeat one of the Lucius clones. She explains how he has been fighting and growing stronger for his goal of becoming the Wizard King. The citizens and Magic Knight NPCs recognize Yuno's name, one even calling him the #1 rookie. I'm so happy to see a citizen putting some respect on my boy Yuno's name, but I can't wait for them to respect my goat. She continues and says with the help of all the other captains, Yuno's been able to lead the knights and still be able to fight. Many wounded knights are said to have gone to Mimosa for aid, but as Yuno's Neverland spell was active, none seem to have been severely injured. So contrary to many people's beliefs, Mimosa was always here at the Clover Kingdom while Lucius was invading. Many thought she was with Leo or even with the Black Bulls, but she was here, healing slightly injured Magic Knights. Mimosa encourages the knights to run and live with their extra power granted by Yuno. She tells them the power to protect is stronger than anything else and tells them to give up, while thinking that's what Asta would do. I just love to see Mimosa and Noel not left hopeless after Asta's death, and actually weirdly enough his death caused them to be stronger. This clearly explains why Lucius can't read this timeline. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is under Asta's influence, from his enemies like Mars to his allies like Mimosa and Noel. Asta is truly so influential. I do wonder if Nero will have the same motivation, and I wonder what's to come with her. The NPCs look ready to take action, whether that means fighting or running away. Then a voice is heard saying, "Everyone, I'll hold off the enemies so you guys can make a run for it." And it's none other than my goat, SEKKE'S. I've been saying this for weeks. Sekke's character arc is going to be so amazing in this final arc, and will solidify him as one of my favorite characters in the series. Sekke uses his Bahahaha Super Sekke Magnum Cannonball and shoots at one of the Guardian Angels. But of course the beam is weaker than the Angel's own beam, so he ends up getting hit by the beam of the angel. Other knights running are now worried about Sekke screaming his name. Sekke knew that becoming strong wasn't easy, and he still tried. That is why he's saying he's not done yet and can still stand, just like Asta. Asta's Spade arc influence really changed SEKKE'S, and I'm here for it. Sekke really didn't try getting stronger, he just lucked into situations. I've seen some people compare him and say he's the Black Clover or Buggy, but I just love this parallel with him and Asta. Again, goes to show Asta's influence is crazy. Unlike Claws, when shown Asta's strength, he doesn't become a primetime glazer, but instead tries to become like him. I can't wait to see their reunion. On a side note, this panel is absolutely beautiful. Gonna make it my wallpaper. We are back at Yuno and Lucius clone number 2. Lucius says despite all the struggle, the results won't change. How many Lucius clones do you guys think Yuno would be able to take out? Would his mentality change now that he knows they are clones and not actually Lucius? Drop your predictions down below. Now we are at the Land of Sun and see our boy Asta. Asta knows of the bulls trying to use Heaven's Door to meet him to Ryu's Tengetsu, so he's just waiting for them to use the spell. However, he asks Ryu where they are as it seems to be taking some time. Ryu tells him they should be getting ready, but then senses an interruption. Back at the Witch's Forest, the Black Bulls notice a familiar person's magic, and it's none other than Damnatio. I knew there was no way Lucius hadn't foreseen them trying to summon Asta, so of course he had made preparation. Damnatio's horn looks like the thing you get in the middle of a pizza, you know that thing I'm talking about. He exclaims, "For disturbing world order, he will deliver justice unto their evil." And that's the end of the chapter. The fact that Asta is still not in the Clover Kingdom eases my mind, because the people claiming this arc will be rushed might just relax a bit. One thing that stood out to me was the Witch Queen's age. We know she is very old, so I wonder whether she has knowledge of Lucius and perhaps knows his true motives, or whether she may be in cahoots with him. I loved seeing my goat Sekke in this chapter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as always. See you next time.